You two, please stop. Oh.
You're live.
I'm live. Awesome. Well, happy Easter, everybody. I didn't do really Easter this year. I have 3 kids, so my daughter this year went with her dad, and we had on Friday our own little special kind of Easter thing between us 3, but with her not here, it just didn't feel right to do something without her. So it's sort of a regular normal day. We didn't plan or do anything special, but I hope everybody else is having a really good Easter. Tim isn't here today because he decided to stay up all night playing video games. And then tomorrow he's going to the casino to have some adult fun Tim time, much needed time after listening to my kids run around for days on end and destroying his house. So he won't be here tomorrow either. I doubt I will. I don't know. I got asked to do this kind of last second, and this is the first time I've ever done any of this. Who are you? Antoinette. I'm Ashley. I have a son with... Happy Easter, thank you. I have a son with Tim's son, Aaron. Our little boy's Asen. I like your name, Antoinette. That's beautiful. Do you live here in the area, or where are you from? Sandy Lindahl, blessed holy day to you. Oh, blessed holy day to you too. I'm not very religious, so I kind of forget that Easter is, about the resurrection. Sorry for that. Ooh, California. What area in California? My mom grew up in Watts and went to Southgate. So did my dad. And then he, towards the end before he disappeared, lived in Paradise. And I actually just took my kids to California on vacation last summer. First time they ever even saw the ocean. Spent the whole day boogie boarding. Same. No way. That's what's up. That's what's up. I like it there. I mean, scary, kind of dangerous. It can be for, people from a small town like this. But I was born in Vegas, raised in Seattle, and ended up in Burley, Idaho. But I'm used to places like LA, the big cities, lots of crime. It happens, but it's still an awesome place. I love Cali. Born and raised. Lucky you. I would have killed to be able to stay in Cali. We didn't even want to leave. Me and my mom both, because my mom hadn't been back to California in, over 15 years. And she was in tears when she saw it. And we live in an RV. I live in an RV with my kids. And we took it to California for our trip. And we got to park it at an RV spot right next to the beach, like literally 30-second walk across the street. So when we woke up, we got to listen to the ocean and see it. When my mom saw it, she was just in tears. And then when she woke up the first morning, I hadn't seen her that happy in so long, and we did not want to leave. If we had family there or some sort of plan, I would have stayed. I would have sucked it up and made it happen because it's so beautiful there. What do you have to be sad about when the beach is just right there? You're having a bad day. Let's just go to the beach. It's awesome. Sandy, I don't know if you're still there, Sandy, but hello and happy Easter. You haven't been to the beach in years? How's that possible? How? That's crazy. Although, it's kind of one of those things you don't really, when it's there, it doesn't mean as much. Sorry, my little ones are kind of trying to still keep an eye on them and maintain while doing this. I'm not too sure how long I'm going to be on here doing this. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done it, and I'm not a very interesting person. Actually, to be honest, people don't usually like me. They find... what's the word I explain? Maybe intimidating? I don't know. Still about an hour drive or so from here. Man, if I lived an hour from the beach, I would not hesitate. I'd be there every single day. The then again, I never get to be there. So, of course, my love for it's a lot different from somebody who gets to go wherever they want. Like that, you value more what you don't have. Let's see. Holy crap, it's already been 5 minutes. I find this stuff so weird. All right, the fact that people are making millions of dollars just sitting here talking is insane to me. I wish I could do something like that. But again, people find me intimidating and highly ignorant, which I guess I can be. My thoughts on things are a little bit off. Love the sound of the kids playing. Right. Like, don't get me wrong. My kids drive me absolutely bonkers, nuts, crazy. But my favorite sound in the world is kids running around playing and laughing. Like, they're not, crying and freaking out, breaking stuff. Great. But like when I have birthday parties, I always do like the bounce house and the piñata and a ridiculous cake. And there's always kids that just, come running up from the neighborhood and just all over the place, screaming and laughing, having a good time. And it puts me in the greatest mood. I could listen to it all day long, as long as they just didn't talk to me. But I agree. There's nothing better than kids playing and laughing. How many kids do you have? God, I really do like that name, Antoinette. Hey. Asen. Did you do your hair? 2? How old are they? Please do it.
No, you give me that back. Ooh, la la.
I have 3, which I wish I wouldn't. Like when I was younger, I did not want kids, period. Like no intention of ever having children. And then the first time I ever 8 years old and 7. Oh, wow, that's far apart. 8 years old and 7 months old. Wow. That must be nice because at 8 they can be pretty helpful. You don't have to go and get the diaper bag if you forgot it. They can run and grab it for you. It's super, super helpful. But yeah, I have a daughter, Correa, who is... Oh, hi, it's Eddie from Belgium. But Correa's 10. And then there's Asen, who is about to be 6 on the 23rd. And then there's Davium, who's 3. Davium's actual name is Lucifer, but I got it changed legally. I just haven't done the paperwork for it yet with the Social Security office. His dad would not let me get him circumcised. He wouldn't sign the paperwork unless I made the Lucifer. But his dad's no longer around, and I got to change it. So yay me, I win, circumcised, and the name I picked. Asen, please stop. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, before I had my daughter, the first time I ever got pregnant, I ended up miscarrying, and I ended up having like about 4 or 5 miscarriages. And then they told me I wasn't going to be able to have kids, and it like devastated me because I always figured the option would be there if I ever changed my mind. And then when I got pregnant with my daughter, I went to a special midwife place in Seattle, and for some reason, she was able to figure it out like that without even doing any tests or anything on me. She knew exactly what was going on, what the problem was, and put me on the right medication for it. And there was Correa. And I was totally happy with just her. Totally okay with that. And I should have stuck, which is the one. A happy Easter, Bumpus. Is that actually your last name, Bumpus? Because if it is, that's awesome. Oh. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh. See, this is Davium. Say hi.
Hi. What? Hey, woo.
Well, it's actually right there, see that? That's where the camera is.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
You can make it say hi.
Oh, no.
No candy.
Oh.
This year, instead of spending $40 on a pre-made basket, I actually ordered some stuff online from a lady on Facebook, and she made these huge chocolate eggs that you break open, and then it has like little toys and more candy inside of it, and then she put it in this box with like grass and then more candy and chocolate covered strawberries. They were amazing, and it was only like $25. It was 15 without the strawberries, and then 25 with the strawberries. And I'm a huge chocolate covered strawberry fan, so naturally. But for $75, all three of them got taken care of, and I didn't have to worry about it. Plus, I got the fun of breaking it open. Your hands off me, Gilly. Get off, Gilly. Oh, you're okay. The reason my kids are so far apart. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear about that. That does suck. So I feel your pain. I do. I feel you. He actually, funny enough, the day I found out I was pregnant with him, was the day I went in to have my tubes tied. I was literally, in the gown, ready to go under, and I was on birth control with him. So I find it crazy that I went from not ever being able to have kids to having one when on birth control. Yes, it is. LOL. Kind of unusual for a last name. Zimmerman is even better. But Bumpus is still freaking awesome. I was like, where are you from, Mr. Bumpus? Happy Easter from East LA. Well, happy Easter. Rona, that's pretty. He is 3. He will be 4 in July. Hey, do you want to go grab your clothes? They're right there in the bathroom. Okay. His dad is Native American. Like, his mom was born on the reservation, but his mom did a private adoption to this like super white Mormon family. It was a closed adoption. They were really hush hush about it, so they have no idea what tribe or anything like that. Thank you. But
They look different.
his dad is half Native American, and then his dad was just this like standard white dude like me, unlike. So that was making like a quarter Native American. And he acts it like this little boy trying to keep clothes on him. Doesn't happen. Phoenix. I went there once when I was like 9, and I loved the heat. I'm a heat kind of gal. I don't like the cold, and I love the desert. It's beautiful. The desert feels like home to me. What? No, you're not getting any candy. Here. Okay, well, thank you. Haven't been here in a while. Are you guys relatives of Tim? Sort of. This is my son, Asen. Asen is Tim's grandson from Aaron.
And how old I am is 5.
But what's coming up soon?
My birthday.
So how old are you going to be?
10,000.
That's great. You look great for your age. Have I told you that?
Actually, 100. Actually,
You still look phenomenal for your age.
but I want to do 100.
You're sprightly 100-year-old. Why do you want to do 100? Stay young. Be young. Don't want to be old. Here.
Actually, but my wish is stay small.
You stay small? What do you mean by stay small? Like small as in short or small as in young?
Small as in young.
There you go. Stay as young and innocent as you possibly can. Something my mom never told me was that adulthood sucks. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Eating my candy.
Finger.
Right, I did. I ate the
Get it.
chocolate covered strawberries, and my daughter's gonna be super upset because I was supposed to save her some. But we make them all the time. Granted, they're not as good as somebody else making them, but still. And yes, I went to Phoenix once when I was like 8 or 9. Tim stayed up all night playing video games, so he's out. Stop. Sorry about that. Yeah, and he won't be here tomorrow either. He's going to the casino. Hey, mellow, Asen, mellow. Okay. All right, just remember, stay calm. Hey.
Mom.
Make sure you pull the plug, please. Here's your socks. Okay, you, mister? You can't be Nikki all the time. See? It doesn't like close. And he's the weirdest thing, too. I don't know about, probably not. I don't know, because I feel like I'm doing a terrible job at this. But, I totally lost my train of thought. I get so distracted. I'm sorry. It's exhausting being a mom. You like have like zero room in your head for anything. Damian, please.
What?
Come on.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
behind
you.
Mom.
Such a good boy.
I'm behind Mom. What? I'm behind Mom.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to go down and,
I'm stuck. Yep. And then shorts.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Your socks are in your shoes.
Mom, guess where I am? Mom, too. Mom, guess where I am? Yeah.
What's your name? I'm Ashley.
Mom.
That's how Asen got his name. His dad's Aaron, and then I'm Ashley, so A is son.
Just don't forget.
Yes. No, I already told you, no candy. Where is the crazy woman? Are you talking about Beatrice?
Can I sit on your lap?
See, Joanna, she already knew what I was saying, Beatrice. I don't know. We try to make sure that we're not here at the same time. Yeah, she's a fun one, but we don't get along.
We don't get along. We don't get.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No.
Normally, I'm like, stop it. You can play and still be silent. Okay. You can play and still be silent.
Okay.
But yeah, she normally when people have issues and stuff like that, I'm understanding and non-judgmental and really actually overly kind. But somebody like her, just some of the things that she did kind of crossed the line, so she doesn't get that respect and patience and understanding from me. So yeah, we try not to be around each other at all. Because does she act normal? Like
that is true.
Once or twice I caught her when she was relatively chill. As long as she didn't talk. And it doesn't last for very long. I would say the most I'd seen of it would be like about a 2-3 minute spurt. And then if you let her go on, like when you're having a conversation with her, if you let her go on for too long, then that's when I notice it kind of starts to drift. But if you talk to her and let her talk in short, small bursts, it can be okay.
We're going to watch a movie on your phone.
Kenny K. Hi there, Kenny K. I have no idea where you're from or who you are, but hi.
Hello.
I've I've never seen her like on here do this, so I have no idea what you guys have all seen of her
Mom.
or what she's said or done, but I'm
Excuse me?
kind of curious.
Excuse me.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, buddy.
Mom, can I watch a movie on your phone?
On my phone? No. Where's your phone? Scotland. Oh my God. I want to go there someday. I will. I'm going to see that place before I die. Scotland, Ireland. I would say used to be Tibet, but I think it was because that movie, that 7 Years in Tibet movie. But yeah, but Australia, like anywhere there is totally fine with me. But Scotland's one of the number one spots, kind of tie there between Scotland and Ireland. Just get one of those nice hot Scottish or Irish guys naked singing, playing a guitar. Heaven. Oh, what? Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go. Well, scoot your big butt over so he can have some. Are you Aaron's ex? Yep, sure am. Multiple times over. Because for some reason I didn't learn the first, second, third, 12th time.
Well, my dad been.
I swear it was an act. I thought we were
Dad been.
right?
My dad been cheating on my mom.
Hey.
Oh.
Sorry about that. You shouldn't know that. Do you even know what that means?
Yes.
You know what that means?
I did.
How do you know what that means?
At the school.
School taught you what that means.
Uh-huh.
I think you're fibbing to save one of your cousins from getting in trouble. I'm going to guess Bianca. Am I right or am I wrong?
Wrong?
I think you're lying.
You're
Thanks,
wrong.
I do. I
I'm
love
a
my kids.
flipper with
they
her.
are hard. And they put me through hell and back. And they... Like, we live in an RV. And I'm trying to remodel it and restore it. And they break... And 1 second, please. Thank you. They break things faster than I can fix them. And it makes me so angry and hateful sometimes. But I love them to death. I couldn't imagine my life without them. My kids are everything. For every ounce of heartache and pain, is just awesomeness. They're good.
Mom.
They're good kids. They're good.
Mom.
Who are the cheeky monkeys? This one's Asen, and this one's Davian, and this one, Asen right here is Tim's grandson. That's the one I have with Aaron.
My cat. Yeah, me.
Yes.
Sometimes I be an attack.
Brownie points for honesty, though. Way to recognize your character flaws there, buddy.
Sometimes I hurt people.
Well, first step is admitting you have a problem.
Why?
What?
And they be a little wild, and because they have a lot of energy, you know. I'm never going to run out of energy. I just love energy.
Can you share it?
Mom,
Because I would love some of it. I'll take it. You could just, give me your full tank, because yours refills, obviously, super fast. Hey, sit up or scoot over a little bit so you're... Well, sit up. I told you to scoot over a little bit so you can have some room.
I'm going to Mom, I'm going to slip down now. Help.
Stop screaming. Well, you could have easily had... No. You didn't want to listen. You get a timeout from the lap. What?
She's cuckoo.
You want a puppy? That's
She's
gone?
cuckoo. She's cuckoo. She's cuckoo.
Where's the puppy? Asen. Mellow out, dude.
Okay.
Seriously. Mellow out.
Mom. Did you remember my dad took the phone away from me?
Your phone is in the RV, but hey, stop jumping. Stop jumping.
Oh, Mom. Can you
Thank you. Thank you. See, he's 3 years old, and he's going to pick the towels off the floor and put them back in the bathroom for me. What 3-year-old knows how to do that? Awesome. Obviously, I did something right there that I didn't do right there. He's good. He's just tired, and he was up all night playing video games, and yeah, I just didn't have it in him and asked me to do this. First time I've ever done this stuff, but yes. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
Mom, can you find it when you're done?
What? Your phone?
Yeah.
No, I'm not responsible for your phone.
I don't know where my dad put it because I wasn't even in there.
Well, then maybe you should ask your dad, eh?
Okay.
Yeah. Remember the conversation about, going to dad more and not putting so much on mom? Yeah.
Baby,
We should start that today, actually. Let's try that today. Single mom of 3, and unfortunately, all different dads. Things happen, not how I planned it. When I got pregnant with Asen, I actually was.
Accident happened.
You're a miracle.
Oh.
I wasn't wanting to have him. I kind of went to Aaron and go ask him.
Thank you.
Your phone's on the couch.
No, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You want to come up here?
Yeah.
But yeah, I left the choice of whether or not we were actually going to have them or, have an abortion. Because I, am pro-choice and all for women doing whatever they feel they need to do. But I figured if I went to him, it was just all like, yeah, we're pregnant. Let's, we can have an abortion. But he'd be like most guys and be like, oh, yeah, let's do that. I don't want a kid right now. But no, he went in the opposite direction and said that he wanted to have them. So I was like, okay. And then naturally, obviously, our relationship didn't work out. And then my youngest was on birth control, found out I was pregnant with him the day I was in the hospital to get my tubes tied. And I had several miscarriages before I had my daughter, and actually a few after. But for me, my body doesn't create enough progesterone when I'm pregnant, so it turns and takes it from the fetus and kills it off. So I have to take medication in order for that to not happen. And I actually didn't take medication with my youngest. I figured I would miscarry like my body naturally does, but no, that kid survived through birth control and not taking the proper medication. And they're just supposed to have him. God knew what he was doing because that little boy, he was the light of my life. Huh.
Wait.
Can I have kisses though? I can't look at him and be angry or sad. I look at him and I just immediately smile. And he could be being a total butthead, but it doesn't matter. He's just the light of my life. Huh. Davian.
What?
Davian.
What?
Davian.
What?
I love you.
You.
Sorry, I disagree. I'm kind of a pro-life guy.
Mom.
Well, you're a guy.
What?
So I get that you don't get it because, you're not a woman. But we're the ones that, are stuck with the responsibility when the other party decides that they don't want to be. So it's a little bit different for us, seeing as no matter what happens, it's on us when they're here. And I'm a firm believer that, yes, when you have a child, your life needs to change. You need to grow the fuck up and everything needs to be about them. Not everybody's like that. Not everybody's capable of doing that. Why should a child have to suffer through that, especially when the mother doesn't want to do it or isn't capable of doing it? And it's stupidity. And then babies making babies. People, when I first moved here, there was a girl who was 14 years old, pregnant with her second kid. That's bad parenting right there. And she's only 14. What 14-year-old is capable of raising 2 children? It's a disaster.
Dad knows.
She's not capable of doing that, and I'm pretty sure, you know,
No, mommy.
her kids probably didn't turn out the greatest, actually.
My good
know for a fact they didn't, and she's been in and out of prison, but people like that should not be having children. If there is an option, it should have been taken.
What?
I really get so confused by you pro-lifers. Not an argument, just how I feel about it.
Yay!
Trust me, I'm one of those people that can have, you know, debates about stuff like that, abortion, politics, without, you know, taking it personally. Everybody's allowed and entitled to their own opinion, own choice. I respect that as long as mine's respected. But I do, yeah, can totally say that I confuses the hell out of me on the way some people think on stuff. So then you're pro-choice.
Don't kill me.
Pro-life is where they don't, they are anti-abortion. Pro-choice is where, yeah, choice.
Yep. But, oh.
Certain circumstances. Agreed. Yeah. I mean, I had a situation with one friend. She already had one child, and she was doing great. She's a phenomenal mother, you know. She got into a relationship with this guy. He was quite a bit older than her. She was, God, how old was she at the time? I want to say she was like 24, and he was like 42, 43, and he was a bouncer in a bar. So, like, right off the bat, flags going off, you know, but she didn't see it that way. They started a relationship, and everything was great. She fell in love with him. And they decided that they wanted to get pregnant and have a baby, and so she got pregnant, and then he left her, and she went and she had an abortion, and I was pissed because that's unacceptable. It was disgusting. I think that's disgusting, and if I had the option, if she would have been in front of me at the time, I probably would have hit her, because in a situation like that, you planned this, and because it didn't fall the way that you wanted to, that thing is just disposable. Like, that life is just gone now because you didn't get what you wanted. It's disgusting. I'll probably never forgive her for that, and it did. It kind of caused a big rift in our friendship, and she's married now, happily. Ended up having another kid, so she's got a girl and a boy, but she loses no sleep at night over it either. It's insane to me. Do you agree with partial birth abortion? Oh God, what is this? I've never heard of that. So is this something new that I've missed out on? Partial birth abortion. How is that?
No, bye.
Should I Google that real fast, or can somebody explain that to me real quick? Because I have not heard of that.
Mama, what?
I'm super curious. So I don't know how long like it takes for like between you typing and then it actually popping up on here, or vice versa, me actually talking and you getting what I'm saying. I'll just Google it real fast so I can see what this is, and then I can answer you. Partial. A late-term abortion of a fetus that has already died or was killed before being completely removed. Oh, sad. You give birth to the body, not the head, then they suck out the brain of the head. What? Okay, well, this one's saying a late-term abortion of a fetus that has already died. So if it's already died, then I don't, like, whatever you have to do for the health of the mother, whichever's the best way for it to be done. Or but again, if it's already dead, then I don't really see it as an issue. Now, if it's not, and they're giving birth and then killing it, that I have an issue with. Dismemberment abortion. Well, I'm kind of curious about this. Dismemberment. Are common abortion involved? Well, if it's unborn, yeah. Like, look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, however they feel they need to do it, get her done. I personally, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't care how they do it. Now, that first one you said, though, the partial birth abortion. If the fetus is already dead, then why does it matter how they take it out? It shouldn't matter. Quite frankly, it's really none of our business, but, you know. It's a full-term baby. But it's already dead. If it's already dead when they're doing the abortion, then, again, why does it matter? Okay, well, that's not what that definition said. But if they're doing that alive, that's not abortion, that's murder. Abortion is not the same as murder. People need to stop equating the two, because it's not the same thing. Abortion is abortion, murder is murder. And if that's an alive baby that you just gave birth to, then yeah, that's murder. And then dismemberment abortion, I believe in late term up to, I'd probably say 4 months. 4 months. Anything probably after that, I would not be okay with. I mean, I can understand somebody making that choice for themselves. For me personally, no, I wouldn't be able to do it. Absolutely not. That's a life there at this point. But anything before that, it's a fetus. It's tissue. It's little
baby.
It's not, I don't know, I just don't see it as a person that could possibly change the world yet. It's still an up in the air kind of thing. So if somebody's got to make that choice for themselves, then yeah, personally, I think the world is a terrible place. I regret bringing children into it that have to see the things that they do and see people do the things that they do to people. If I had it to do over, I would not bring children into a world like this. And I think that they need to stop letting people do that. We're overpopulated, and probably the only thing that would set us right at this point would be a mass genocide. I agree, should be a time limit. Yeah. I actually was going to have an abortion with him. I was going to use my taxes because Vegas does do late-term abortions. And I would have been about like 4 months along. But then I was going to use my taxes due to it. I got audited. And so by the time my taxes did come through, I was 7 months along. And they actually still would have done it. But I'm not okay with that. I wasn't okay with it at that point. It was too late and too many things to tell me that he was meant to be here. Look at this cute little guy. He's beautiful. Yeah, he's being game. This little boy is the sweetest little thing in the world. He's actually getting tested for oh God, I always say this wrong, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But I've heard from so many different people different ways of pronouncing it. But Asperger's. They think he might have that, but then somebody else told me that they no longer have that diagnosis. Is that they made a broad spectrum and is on the spectrum of autism. But he's highly intelligent, like with patterns, colors, things like that. Obviously, he doesn't talk very well, but emotionally, when he's upset, he's upset. Like, there's certain foods that he won't eat because of the texture of it. If even a drop, like one drop of something liquid gets on him, it could be a whole bucket or one drop, he freaks out, and whatever it is has to come off. And he will not stop screaming until it comes off. And he's got a blood-curdling scream that just goes. Yeah. And he doesn't like wearing clothes. He used to have an issue with banging his head on stuff or just throwing his head onto the ground, but he hurt himself pretty bad one time that I think it kind of stopped him right there from doing it. But he's got some strong reactions emotionally to things that make zero sense. Honestly, it was at first really, really hard having him be like that because I thought it was just something that I was doing wrong as a mom. You always do that as a parent. You always think you're doing it wrong and you're doing a terrible job and somebody else is doing it better. But knowing that it is possibly something like that, I have all the patience in the world for it now. Most of the time I could just block it out because I know it is what it is and it's always going to be a part of them, and it's best to just roll with it instead of making a thing out of it. The only time it's really hard is when it's around other people who don't know that about them or who aren't trained to really block it out like I am. So it makes me uncomfortable for them. Oh God, they're probably hating this kid or thinking I'm a terrible mom or just, But other than that, no, I love my kids. And Asen's kind of hard because he's got so much energy. And I mean, you could ask him to do something and he'll turn around 2 seconds later, just gone out of his head. And he's just go, 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 go. And same thing actually with my son Asen. Even his teacher report, he's very, very intelligent, but he plays stupid. He likes to act like he doesn't know and gets really, really lazy and tries to avoid doing anything helpful, like making his bed or I've seen this kid. I've seen him take things apart, toy cars and clocks and stuff, and try to figure out how we're just looking at him, seeing his mind go. But then for some reason, he magically does not know how to make a bowl of cereal. I'm not buying that. So that's tough. That's tough. And trying to differentiate too between him really not knowing something and him choosing to be lazy. Especially when we see, me and teachers alike both see the intelligence that's there. So trying to understand why he's playing that way and acting that way, and then also trying to understand which part is really him not knowing and which part of him is being lazy or choosing to say he doesn't know. It's always other people that's the problem you find. Seriously though, especially in today's age, okay? Because I remember my parents, they could whoop my ass in the middle of the store, and other parents would probably cheer for him. Nobody, called the cops or judged them or anything like that. But now you can't spank your kids anymore because now it's deemed child abuse. But everybody has an opinion on how you're supposed to be raising your kids and how they're supposed to be acting. So you don't want my kid running around screaming in the store. I get that. But then you also don't want me spanking him for misbehaving. It's taking kind of the power out of our hands, because I know when I was younger, the fear of that wooden spoon was what kept me in check. And then after that, once I hit a certain age, it was just respect. I just respected my mom enough to not act like that and not make things difficult for her. But I can't do that with my kids. I'm not allowed to spank. I'm not allowed to punish them. There's one time, Asen, I had just cleaned up, they made a mess from dinner and everything and vacuumed the whole shebang. And he went and took this piece of bread and crumbled it up all over the couch. So I was all like, okay, well, pick it up. He didn't. And then I ended up, going back and seeing a bunch of candy wrappers and garbage all over it. So I was all like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. So I took off the cushions and just saw the food and garbage and everything that was under around his bed. Put it all in a pile, put the cushions back on, and then dumped that pile all over his bed. I was all like, okay, well, if you want to lay down and go to bed, I suggest you clean it up first. He threw the biggest fit and refused to clean it up and slept on the floor, which, it's your choice, buddy. But I refused to clean it up. I did not clean it up. I made him do it. So until he finally chose to do it, there was garbage all over his bed. Well, he ended up going to the school and telling the school that I poured garbage on his bed and wouldn't let him go to sleep. So health and welfare and CPS and a police officer showed up at my house that day and had to do a welfare check. Walk through my house, check everything out, look at all my kids, question them, all because he told them that I put garbage on his bed. And I even told him, I was like, yeah, absolutely, I did put garbage on his bed. It was all stuff that was like under there and around it anyways, all his garbage that he was refusing to throw away. So I put it on his bed. And he didn't want to lay on it, but he didn't want to clean it up. And he chose to sleep on the floor. And I can't even tell you how many times I've actually had CPS call on me and come to my house. And every single time, it's always the same thing. They check everything out. They talk to me. They talk to my kids. That's the same thing. It's always dismissed because I'm a good mom. I love my kids. I'm not the greatest. I'm not perfect by any means. I've made some bad calls, but I love my kids ultimately. And I've gone through hell and back for them. And they're still here with me. I honestly, majority of the girls here at a certain point end up passing the kids on to their mom or somebody else. They just walk away from them entirely, and they haven't even gone through half the shit that I have. So neither here nor there. I just don't understand how a woman could walk away from her child like that. But I love my kids too much to quit on them. Never walk away or give up on them. But I do find it extremely insulting when CPS comes to my house and I'm getting shit for being a mom. It's really hard to keep my cool around them. But again, it's always dismissed because they see that my children are loved. They see that they are well taken care of. Just sometimes my methods are, I guess, unorthodox, or when my kids are explaining them, they come out a little worse for wear. You're teaching him lessons. Yeah. Oh man, you don't even know. With him, okay, so how he has his like bouts and his tantrums. There was one night he was just having a really, really bad one. And at first I kind of, let him work it out himself. If it goes, a little too long and he's getting a little too worked up, I'll hold him, I'll love him, and I'll try to, breathe with him, get him to calm down, and we'll woo-saw it out and just sort of relax. He wasn't doing that either, and he was, burning up. Stood with him in front of the window, trying to let the cool air blow on him, and he just wasn't having it. He would not calm down. And I couldn't even figure out what it was. His brother was right there, his sister was right there. We were trying everything. They were helping me, and we could not figure out why he was so upset. And then I was just like, okay, well, I've got to get this laundry done, so you can just sit right here and work it out. Started doing the laundry. He'd probably been screaming and crying for a little over a half an hour. Suddenly there's a bang bang at my door. It was a detective. My neighbors had called the cops saying that he had been there crying for over 2 hours and there was no adult in the home. Super, super upset about that one. The more you lose your temper, the worse you look. Yeah. And I can totally tell that because there's times that, yeah, I'm super calm and respectful and understanding. Like, no, I get it. You're doing your job. And the response and reaction that I get from them in return is a lot different from the one I get when I freak out and I'm pissed. But I don't know, like the one with the garbage thing at school. He also had like this bump on his head that I hadn't even noticed. I could swear I still kind of maintain that it's just his head because his head's a little weird shape like mine. How you see these two bumps coming out. And they said that the teacher asked him what happened, and before they could even answer, I looked at him and I was like, well, what happened, buddy? Did you hit your head? He's like, well, I bumped it on the tree. And I was like, what, when you're outside playing? Yeah. And the cops were like, well, what did you tell your teacher? Oh, that mom hit me. And I was like, wait a second. So you guys aren't here about the garbage. You guys are here to see if I hit my son. And I just went off, lost it. I'm so mad. I was irate because technically, no, you do not have to let them in your house. You don't have to answer their questions. You don't. And so I told them, you guys need to leave, hell out. And they were, trying to calm me down. And I'm just like, no, it's insulting the things that I've gone through. My life would be so much easier if I did not have my children. Yes. And I could take the easy way out and just pass them on to somebody else. I don't. I love my kids. I stick it out. I go through hell and high water, come what may. I will go through it all and do it all. But if I'm going to do that and then somebody turn around and tell me that I'm hitting my child and beating him and abusing him like that, why would I do all of this for them just to turn around and beat them for it? It's insulting. I'm not going to be questioned about it. Not even going to have somebody try to insinuate it. Nothing. Kiss my ass on that one. I had to leave, but I'm back. My name's Ashley. Where'd you go, Antoinette? Oh my god, it's already 5:51. No way. Oh my goodness. How did I miss that? I don't know if you heard me. Sorry, it's Ashley. That's how Asen got his name, because his dad's name is Aaron, and then Ashley. So A-son. You got a woman back up now. Word, dude. Me and Antoinette, we're like this. All right, she's legit. She's good peoples. How could she not be? She's from freaking LA. Everybody there is legit. That's how you can, in this town, you can tell people who aren't from here, like literally within 30 seconds of talking to them. And the coolest people I've met here are the ones that moved here from LA. Change, baby. Do you breastfeed? Sorry if that's like too personal of a question. I don't know. I'm just curious because I didn't with my daughter. I didn't with Asen. I tried to with him, but he actually was born with a partial tooth coming through. So I didn't last very long. And it sucked because the experience was so different, and I kind of regret not doing it with the other two kids. I tried so hard with him, and I even everywhere for some reason in this town when I was freaking breastfeeding, they were all out of breast pumps. I couldn't even get a freaking breast pump, and so by the time I was able to get one, I had already dried, and I was so super bummed. But it was really, really hard when that tooth came through, and then he ended up with two more. I think it was two more. In the first couple of weeks, which I heard actually is kind of rare. It doesn't usually happen for them to get teeth that fast. But yeah, when they have teeth, it can't be done. It's too painful. It can't be done. And I did. I tried to push through it, but I couldn't. No. Okay. Honestly, between having him breastfed for the first few weeks versus not ever breastfeeding the other two, I cannot tell any difference whatsoever in anything. And actually, I wanted to be dick about it. He's smaller. He's like a little under the norm or average for height and weight and everything, which kind of, in your face, all you doctors who like to make the moms feel bad for bottle feeding, because my bottle fed kids are the ones who, well, Aisen's in the 97th percentile for his age. he's a, he's built for tough, but my daughter, her first appointment that she had after birth, she had put on weight, and the doctor was blown away because it was the first time that he'd had it happen to him. I mean, he'd heard of it before, but most babies, they lose a little bit, just trying to acclimate, and then also all the spit up and everything. But I've never had that issue with her. She actually never even spit up, too. It was so insane. Whenever I burped her, not once did she ever spit up. But she was super healthy. Then Asen, he was a few weeks early. I went into labor with him, but I wasn't like dilated or anything. So like in labor, but body was not ready or preparing itself at all for it. And they could have stopped it, but at the end, you just want him out. So I was like, no, let's not stop it. Let's go ahead. Let's have it out. So they had to induce me so I would dilate and whatnot. But even though he was a few weeks early, 7 pounds, 8 ounces, 9 ounces, healthy as could be, never gave him the breast, period. And he's a big, happy, healthy, bouncing boy. And then the one that's breastfed is the one that I had the most issues with. He caught RSV when he was really young. He had to be in the hospital for just under a week, hooked up to the machine, doing the breathing treatments. We were a little afraid that we were going to lose him there for a minute, which was a nightmare. I never would wish that on my worst enemy, losing a child. I can never imagine what parents go through. Because I know if I lost any single one of mine, I might as well just put a bullet to my head. I'm done. I don't know how people recover from that. So we had that health scare, and now he has to do butyrol treatments. They can't say that he has asthma because he's too young to really be diagnosed as an asthmatic, but he will have asthma when he's of age to be diagnosed from it. And then when he's old enough, he'll have the inhaler and everything like that, so I won't have to do the mask breathing treatments and whatnot for him. But I mean, right there, bottle fed versus breastfed, and the breastfed kid is the one that has the health issues. So next time you hear people discussing it and trying to belittle a mom for bottle feeding her baby, throw that at them. Let's see. Yeah, well, I'm a smoker, so I mean, I don't have asthma, but I know after running and playing soccer with my kids for a little bit, how hard it is for me to breathe if it's anything like that. I'm super sorry. I don't feel sorry for myself because it's, I'm self-inflicted, but if that's what it's like for you guys, it's gotta suck. My baby is crawling all over me, trying to bite me. I miss that baby stage. I never believed in the whole baby fever, thing. When, somebody's got baby fever. I'm like, how would somebody ever get that? Especially after, after I had my daughter. I'm like, who would want to go through this more than once? I had my daughter natural, not sort of by choice, but not by choice. Like I wanted to try, but when I went into labor with my daughter, I was like, nope. Like not even 30 seconds in, like, no, I can make the drugs. But the guy never came, so I was forced to have her naturally anyways. And yeah, the fact that I had 2 more kids after that is insane to me. But yes, the whole baby fever phenomenon, I did not understand it. And then I got it. I got baby fever after I had him, and he was about a year old. I was just like, oh, babies. And I wanted to just be around him and see him and hold him and love him. And they're the most beautiful, cutest, innocent thing in the whole world. Like, how can you just, it's heaven. Being around a baby is its own peace in heaven. They're so cute, so angelic. Ah. And so, yes, I did. I went through the baby fever of wanting another one. I'm so glad I tied my tubes because I would have been stupid and I would have had another one. But I tied my tubes. I can't have any more. They actually took them out, like removed them, gone. No getting them back. Can't have kids. If I like did artificial insemination or put them in there, then I could still. But I'm not gonna do that. If I had that much money, I wouldn't be pregnant. But I definitely wouldn't spend it on trying to get pregnant. Oh, you had C-section. You know what? Props to you, because my friend had C-section and she was, is obese. Like, we're talking 300 plus. And so hers kept getting ripped open and she ended up having an infection and she had to have a nurse come, and it took her like 2 years to heal from her C-section. But still, I mean, for her to be going through all of that and still taking care of a baby with those kind of wounds, that props. I mean, it have naturally, you're sore, you're hurting, it's a little kind of hard to move, but trying to take care of a baby after having your stomach kind of open and all that stuff, props. Like, you guys deserve an award. And yeah, don't ever listen to those women who try to sit there and talk crap. Like, if you didn't have it natural, then you really didn't get birth. No. You're a savage, just like the rest of us. What's the 5-year plan? I'm sorry. I used to be like really up to date on a lot of things, but I had to stop reading the news and stop like paying attention to that stuff, especially after COVID hit. I am an insane mom. I kind of drive myself crazy overdoing some things. So when COVID first started trickling and making its way here, I took my kids out 2 weeks before they even closed the schools and just locked us up in the house and getting as much information as I possibly could, because I'm a researcher. I like, knowledge is power. If I don't know something, I will spend hours researching it. But I ended up scaring the crap out of myself. Like, we didn't go anywhere. We didn't do anything. It was almost to the point, like, I wouldn't even go to the grocery store. I was just like ordering food, and whatever I ordered, like the bags and everything, I had to be like left outside and sanitized, and I was driving myself crazy, nuts. So I had to just stop paying attention to all of it. Otherwise, yeah, I got super, super depressed, and it got really dark there for a little bit. So I'm not as involved or on the ball with the things that are going on in the world. So when you say, the 5-year plan, I have no idea what you're talking about. David.
What?
David.
What?
David.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
Very cute. How could you not just like adore that?
Hi.
Hi. David.
What?
David.
What?
David.
What?
I love you.
I love you.
Okay, yeah. No kids for 5 years at me. God. Yeah. You know, after I had my daughter, I wanted to have my tubes tied like right then and there. Like I knew that that's usually what they do when you want your tubes tied, is they do it immediately after birth. I was 21 when I had my daughter. I was under the belief that you had to be a certain age or have so many children before they would do it. And so when I asked my doctor about it, it wasn't.
Nah.
It's not like he flat out told me no, you can't. But he didn't. He didn't make it sound like it was a choice that I had. You just made it sound like no. So yeah, I ended up getting on birth control, and I'm like an unlucky. There's 5% of women that can't do birth control. Any kind that I've tried has hospitalized me. I almost died from dysfunctional uterine bleeding with the, which one is it? That umbrella looking thing. And then the little patch stick on thing. Actually, most women gain weight really bad from it. And it made me lose weight. It gave me like a really bad iron deficiency. And even on taking like iron supplements, it was destroying my body. And then the depot shot caused imbalance to where I had to be put on not Prozac, what was it? I think I want to say Wellbutrin, but some sort of crazy, insane health issue being on birth control. And I actually, before I got my tubes tied, they put you on birth control, go through your thing, and I had to sign a waiver saying that I was not going to hold the doctor responsible in case of death from birth control. And I guess there's like a small percentage of women that are like that out there. IUD. My girlfriend had the biscuit and mint. What is that? Biscuit and biscuit. Yeah, what is that? That sounds interesting. Biscuit tin. I'm trying to like think what they could possibly be like. Is it like the pull-out method? Because that doesn't always work. I had my favorite was the Implanon, the one that goes in the arm. Right. But the Implanon one gave me dysfunctional uterine bleeding as well. I started bleeding, and it went on for like 3 months before I finally went in, and that was because I turned really pale white and almost passed out at work, and my family made me go in because I do not like going to the hospital. And yeah, they told me that I was literally bleeding to death, and that it was from that. And when they went to take it out, I started crying, like, no, please don't take it out. Like, it's actually working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm not pregnant. They're just like, well, you're going to die if we don't. And I was even like, I don't care. Please leave it in. So super bummed. And honestly, yeah, like I said, if I would have known that it was my choice at 21, and if I would have been, more adamant about it, that he would have had to have listened to me and tied my tubes, that it's not up to them. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but that whole myth going around that you have to be a certain age or have so many kids is bullshit. It's not true. No doctor can tell you, no, you can't have that procedure done. You can tie your tubes at any point that you want. And yeah, had I known that, I would have done it then, and I would not have had my boys. And then I tried to actually, after I had my son Asen, I went in for the procedure and I started crying. And it's just all like, what's going on? I was like, I just feel like I'm gonna, regret this. And I don't know if I'm ready. And he was all like, well, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Then you need to like be certain about this before I'll do something like this. So if we need to reschedule in a couple weeks and you're more firm in your choice. And I was like, okay. And then, so after I had him, I was I'm doing it. I'm doing it. No talking me out of it. I'm doing it. And I did. When I went in to have my tubes taken out after having him, a part of me was just like, it's sad knowing that no matter what, I'm never going to have another baby and, get to experience the whole thing. It is. As much as it sucks, experience pregnancy sucks. I don't know why the commercials make it seem like it's some great, amazing thing and just the mom smiling all happy, living on her belly, because really it's miserable. And at the end, you just want to like smoke them out. But it is still beautiful. The whole thing from beginning to end is amazing. And it is when you know that you're not going to get to do that anymore, a part of you does get sad about it. And so I was a little sad and kind of like, and especially where I make such cute babies, knowing that I'm not going to have any more, it bummed me out. But again, I would have been stupid and I would have had more. So, wait a minute. That's not fair, though, because you didn't tell us what the biscuit tin method is. Oh my god, it's 6 o'clock. I'm supposed to be at a family barbecue, and I still haven't even showered. I have got to get off of here, guys. I'm sorry. If I don't know, Antoinette, if I'll do one tomorrow. There's so much crap that I have to get done. My kids go to school in a town over, and they go at different times, so I literally got to go all the way there in the morning and then come back and then take my son there and then come back and then pick them up from school like 2 hours later and come back. So I'll have a lot going on tomorrow. So if I do come on here, it'll be like early. It'll be late because after school and everything's done, I've gotta help Tim get set up at the casino. For sure. I like you, Antoinette. I love your name, but it was awesome being on here with you guys and talking to you guys. Kenny, I like the fact that you and me disagreed on stuff. It's been a long time since I've had the chance to really debate with anybody about anything. Try to be a people pleaser now. You want to say bye? Say bye.
Bye.
Say happy Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all of a sudden you don't know how to talk, huh? Oh, it's okay. Say I see you.
Yay.
I love you. Say love you.
Yay.
Yeah, you. You're so cute. Can I kiss you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.